Could you explain what happened and how it came about that you...
Well, I knew that they were going to run a high screen roll. They had called fist up. I knew the high screen roll was coming. I knew we had a foul to give. So my intent was to run through the pick hard. You know, for some reason, big guys have been allowed to move and set much closer and tighter picks on guards at the top of the floor than I've ever seen before. So my intent was just to run through him hard. And so then when I turned to take off and run, he wasn't as close to me as I thought he was. So by the time I ran into him, my arm was up higher than it normally would have been had I turned. As normally as close as guys are, you know, when you turn, they're right there. So my arm would have been more, you know, down here. But as soon as I turned to go and he wasn't there as close, by the time I got to him, my arm had come up, you know, more to his midsection. But you know, for it not to be a play up towards the neck or the face or the head, I don't agree with an ejection per se. But I understand, you know, Joy's position in terms of wanting to try and get the game under control, you know, in terms of some of the other stuff that had just happened before that. So it is what it is, and you know, hopefully, you know, Stu and the league will review it, and there won't be any suspensions involved with a play of that type.
Fish, did you have any sense, because it was Scola and he had just been involved with a couple of your teammates, that he might be coming to lay you out on that thing?
No, I don't think he necessarily was coming to lay me out. But like I said, he, Yao, Landry, you know, even in the last series against the Jazz, Boozer, Millsap, you know, for some reason it's you know, they get to tee off on the little guys up there when they're coming to set screens. And so I saw Lowry call Scola up. You know, he was the guy that he wanted to come up and set the screen. So I knew he was coming, but it didn't matter who was coming. I saw we had a foul to give, so I was going to run through the screen anyway.
So you weren't trying to send Scola a message, or?
No. We had a foul to give, and I was going to give a good hard foul, but with no intent of injuring or hurting anyone.